Julie, President Eisenhower goes back to Gettysburg, not as President Eisenhower, but as General Eisenhower.
Yes.
Why was that?
He made it be known immediately that he would take his title of General of the Army, and it's because although the presidency was a great honor, the highest honor that America can bestow on an individual, and he honored the presidency, the defining time of his life, as Dave said earlier, was World War II. And the bond that I think he felt with the men that he led. So when you would go up to the Eisenhower farm and look out over those beautiful green rolling hills, there on the putting green was a little 5-star flag. And he took his stationery, said, it had 5 stars in gold, the stationery, instead of the presidential seal, which he could have done. So,
Presidents, actually what that gesture did, and it was early in 1961, in fact, his request to be restored to rank puzzled President Kennedy. But if you think about it, and we thought about it when we were putting the book together, Dwight Eisenhower is making a statement here, and it is consistent with everything that was happening in 1960 and 61. You have a generational shift. There is no doubt about it in 1961. Richard Nixon, who was the old man in the 1960 race, was younger than Obama was in 2008. This was a generational shift, and the wartime generation is making way for a new group in America. And so what Eisenhower is saying by restoration of rank is that to understand his presidency and why he was there and what he accomplished between 1953 and 61, it's a period of reconstruction, like the reconstruction that followed the American Civil War. In a 20th century frame, he's a very underestimated 19th century, one of the greatest men of the 19th century is Grant, who carried forward the reconstruction after the American Civil War. This is what the Eisenhower presidency is in many ways. And then in January of 61, he was going to be succeeded either by a Republican or a Democrat, both under 50, both restless and looking for a way to sort of branch out. And this becomes the theme of Going Home to Glory, because what happens in Going Home to Glory is that the wisdom of the war generation, what they took for granted, is constantly challenged, and what Eisenhower has to understand in dealing with Lyndon Johnson and also Richard Nixon particularly, and John Kennedy, is that he can offer support, he can offer advice, so forth, but in the final analysis, the generation in power is charting the course for the nation and perhaps responding to imperatives that he doesn't understand completely. And I think we make that very clear towards late 67 and early 68. The world begins to confuse Dwight Eisenhower a little bit, but then he understands that this will work out. America is a land of ingenuity. One of the great things about the presidential office in this country, we require people to really work hard to get there. And so we are led by very exceptional people. And we have been able to rely on presidents to find solutions to great dilemmas that America's faced.